Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install Ubuntu server on VMware Workstation. That's a virtual server. I have downloaded the image from Ubuntu and I'm using 24.4 LTS Ubuntu. That's the server. Later, when I want to get the desktop version of it, I can add desktop features so I can access the GUI. But I downloaded this image, I have it on my computer, and now I have also VMware Workstation running, and I'm going to install a brand new machine. And if I select the option install new virtual machine, and then I use the typical, then I'm going to point to where my image is. So from here, I've got some software downloaded. Here is the image I'm using. Then it detects what version that is, and then click next. I'm going to call it Ubuntu server 01, and the location I'm going to install is in this location, so I want to copy that location. So let me delete the default. I'll paste the location I want to install. So there is a directory I have here, a folder, and that's the name of the folder I'm going to install. So that's all good. We say next, and then I'm going to increase the disk because there will be so many services I want to use. So I'm going to give it 150, even though it's not going to use that fully, but I will have that ready for the future expansion. Then next, the next thing I want to do is to customize the memory. 4 gig is fine, and for this small server. Later I can increase, and then I can increase the number of cores per processor, this virtual environment, and then I'll keep the NAT interface that is connected to my internal router at home or my lab. Then I will leave the rest as they are. So I'll close this hardware settings, then I'll say next. Now, if in the meantime I need to change anything, I can go back and say edit, but I want to show you the NIC card that's connected is the NAT, which is accessing the internet. So that should be all good. The next thing to do is to boot the operating system, as you could do from a physical machine. This is, as I said, it's a server. It's a command line access only. And so what we're going to do is try or install. We keep the first one. It will time out in 20 seconds or so, but otherwise, if you're in rush, just click enter and then it will start installing. This will be a command line. It doesn't have a GUI. After we complete the installation, then I will add the feature which gives me the web UI or the GUI interface as a desktop. So the image is now being read. Then the machine will start booting. So we will wait for a little. And I'm going to use the English UK. So if you click here and then use the arrow keys and then update to the new installer. Without updating, we can do the update later. It's quicker to finish the installation. And then we say variant, that's English UK, that's fine, done. And then applying the config, then now saying additional options, search for third-party drivers. That's all good. And then it's saying configure at least one interface this server can use to talk to other machines. We have that interface which is getting a DHCP from my NAT, so that should be all right. We don't have any proxy, so we say continue, and in a mirror test, so we continue. Okay, so now we have a disk. We allocated the 150 gig, and we're going to use that disk. We're not doing any partition. So we go to tab the arrow key, and then we accept that. And then we continue the remaining settings for the file system. We're not doing any change. We use the defaults. So we continue and say done. And then continue will begin the installation. We're happy with that. So continue. and then it says let's call the name Ubuntu 01 or just Ubuntu. Yeah, and the server name is also same, Ubuntu. Username, let's call it Ubuntu again, and then provide a password, and then we confirm the password. Then we proceed to done. Tab key goes to down at the bottom, and then upgrade Ubuntu Pro. We don't want that, so skip for now. So continue. So if you see skip for now, it's the selected one. So we continue, and then install OpenSSH server. Yes, we can do that, or we can do later, and that's all good. We can actually, you can choose to install the OpenSSH server package to enable secure remote access. We can do later. So let's go to tab and then done. Then we have server snaps. So this one also I'm gonna skip. I'm not gonna do any of those. Okay, we can skip all of this, the defaults. So we continue, and then the logs installing the system, that will continue. If you see at the bottom, it's installing the kernel here. If you want to wait for that, then you can see the view log, but I'll pause the recording, and then when this completes, I will restart the recording again. Okay, so installation completed. I'm going to reboot the machine now, and it will be completely ready after that. Okay, the installation completed, and we can log in now using Ubuntu. That's the user we created, so Ubuntu, and then provide the password. So there we are. If we say who am I, and that's the user, print working directory, and that shows us the home directory. If you say cd/home, and then if you say pwd, that's the home directory. So we're in the service up and running. If you say ifconfig, okay, so IP address, and we need to install, we need to do all the updates, then we can use, that's the old way of checking the IP address. But here, when I say IP address, it's showing you the IP got from the DHCP server in my lab. So 192.168.24.130. That's the initial installation of Ubuntu server. I will run the update and upgrade, but leave it running. And in another video, I will show you how to install the web UI or the GUI. So here, I will say sudo apt update, and then I'll provide the password again. Then it will go and fetch all the updates and ask me if they can be upgraded. So that's all good. And now I can do the upgrade, sudo apt upgrade. That continues, and then it's asked me, you've got 99.1 megabytes of additional disk space that's required. And so are you happy to download that? That's all right. So we can continue. Then all the updates that I need will be downloaded and then installed. So I will leave that running. When it's complete, I will show you another clip how to install the web UI update, so we can access from the GUI, not from the command line interface. Thank you for your time, and see you in another video.